Hello, welcome to DGA Live. My name is Tyler. I'm your host for the last 3 years. Probably, we're going to get to 3 years before you know it. This winter, I think, will be 3, which is wild. Pump that like button. Thank you, Ben. Tex in the chat. Tex was sending me some very kind things on Messenger the other day. Appreciate it even still. We had 100% likes per viewer. That's funny. Killing it. Hey, thank you. Listen, it's not just me. We got a whole team. A whole team of guys and gals all working hard to try and bring you amazing discs, baskets, apparel. 45. What's 1976 to 2022? Is that 45 years? 30. I need Ben for this. He's the numbers guy. It is wild to think that we are the oldest disc golf company in existence. Just that, it's like we always kind of string that along with some other things. Kelly, we're always like, yeah, the first company in disc golf, our founder, Steady Ed Hedrick, popularized the sport, invented the first disc golf basket, co-founded the PDGA. Like there's all these things that but if you zoom in on any one of the accolades, like in this case specifically, okay, sweet, Ben. In this case specifically, just that one fact, like we are the oldest disc golf company in existence. That's pretty amazing. Like when you think about imagine one of the big disc golf companies in your head. And think about now one of the new disc golf companies, not the new disc golf companies, the new disc golf companies. Enunciation's important, kids. And you compare them, you're like, well, yeah, so-and-so's been around forever. They're just like way before I started playing. They were, they were here and so well established and blah, blah, blah. Now, imagine them as the new kid and DGA as the older disc golf company. That's wild. Okay, what did I miss? Notice someone watching covers is smiling. Catrina isn't a good thing for the comment. Yeah. Either one, Tex. Whether she wants to smile or whether she's locked in a different way, it's like she can be the worst nightmare for the competition. That is for sure, and we are definitely going to chat about that. She has shredded yesterday and today. Super fun start for her. Halfway now through the Throw Pink Women's Disc Golf Championship. But we have some other things too. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on. You're imagining DGA. Yeah, when I say think of a big disc golf, DGA is the first one that comes to mind. Well, there you go. And that's why you're on our team, Ben. Okay. Well, let's bring in Mr. Benjamin here and chat about some things. We've got some stuff. Maybe anybody's noticed the Easter egg already on the wall. We already made the announcement. All right, Ben Sorensen, ladies and gents. What's up, Ben?
How's it going, Tyler?
It's going so good. I'm so glad to get to see you again today.
Yeah, no, we've gotten our money's worth of each other today.
We have gotten our money's worth of each other today. Don't worry, no money has been exchanged between Ben and I. Just friends hanging out and also filming a putting tutorial video. Mm-hmm. Ben and I, now let's let people guess. Ben and I filmed a putting tutorial video. Who do you think filmed it and who do you think was doing the tutorialing? We'll give the chat a few seconds to answer here because the answer might surprise some people. Ben, what did you do in the interim? If it's personal, you don't have to talk about it, but we were on the course for a couple hours filming, and now here we are in DGA Live.
I went to Costco and we bought a pumpkin.
Wow, that's a
We
big
got a, we got a
decision.
got a giant freaking pumpkin for like
Okay.
$7 at Costco.
Yep.
Best deal ever.
Well, this is America. We got big pumpkins at half price. That should be on the Statue of Liberty as people sail in. That's just our new national motto.
It's
Big
Costco.
pumpkins at half price. Let me see if I can get you in here. I'm
I
gonna
need to
move
get
you
my
over and then do
I need to get my
this.
printer running again.
Mm-hmm.
There's a maybe attached to that dachshund. Tyler may be finally learning how to putt.
Yeah. What do they say? So best putter, Katrina or Marweed? Ooh, good question. Um, no, I said the answer may surprise some people, but actually Ben was doing the teaching and I was doing the filming, so that might surprise you,
That's
but probably not.
that's technically incorrect.
Okay, okay,
You
I'm
you
interested.
didn't do the filming.
That's a good point, actually. World champion Ali Smith was behind the camera on Ben's scene, and I was just not doing anything. What am I being paid for?
You were learning. I think
This
you did
week
actually
on
learn, which was
I, I
interesting.
I did. It was actually very interesting. I'm pretty excited for y'all to see Ben. Ben gave a handful of tips in this putting tutorial, but one he said I was instantly just like, "Wait, you do what?" And he explained it again. And I'm like, "Oh, I do like the exact opposite of that thing." And then I tried it and had way with the same amount of effort had some bonus spin on my putt. So it was pretty cool. I can't wait to keep practicing with what I learned today and give you guys the chance to learn it when that video comes out.
There's a little bit of science in there. Being a KU EECS guy, I'm
Hmm.
using my degree to
There's a little bit of
teach disc golf.
disc golf in there, being a disc
Ooh,
golf person.
little Joy Division disc golf basket.
The Joy Tee. Um, so listen, let's chat about a couple discs that we've got. You've seen this. Ben hasn't had the pleasure quite yet.
I
Let's bring
missed
it down.
out. I was so close,
Let's
and
bring
I
it down.
didn't. I should have just taken it home with me, honestly.
Midnight Flyer number 6 is the DGA Quake. So money. Something that might evade some people unless you've actually had these before is all the Midnight Flyers have this really fun like tactile stamp
Yep.
vibe. I'm sure you. Well, yeah, you can kind of see the little ridges on it, but it makes like a really satisfying little ASMR. It's just kind of fun to run your hands over.
Yeah, the tsunamis I have. That was something I noticed pretty quickly.
So the Midnight Flyer, by the way, in case you missed our post, it has such a storied history as the original DGA Midnight Flyer discs. What did I miss?
Dakini said I'm on strike until glow aftershocks get made. Being a recent aftershock thrower, I kind of agree with you.
These are I'm holding it even in the middle here. These are very flat. I know everybody looking for Quakes is going to be pretty excited about these. Very, very flat and pretty darn beefy. I'm going to see if this video will play. We took friend of DGA Julian Marquez out, and I this is his first throw with this disc. I handed it to him. I told him where like to aim. Like this is a super beefy mid range. Like aim at this tree over here, and this is what happened. That's perfect. Oh, what a shot, dude! Nice work.
Wow,
That's pretty good, Julian.
that's parked. Midnight Flyer number 6. 30. I can't believe I used the mid-range to go 341 when I threw my driver and I went less distance. I didn't know I needed number 6.
I'm not sure what Julian was driving with that day, but yeah, he had like a 11, 12 speed driver that he threw immediately after this one that didn't quite make it to the pin, but the Midnight Flyer was under the basket, which was wild. He was very excited about it. This was the one he threw, but I had two. I gave him the glow one, and I kept this one. I need to get more Midnight Flyers, Kelly. I could tell he was, he just kept talking about how awesome it was. I was like, hey, do you want to keep it? He's like, I really do. I'm like, there you go, man. More people want to see him throw it than me.
I know it's a departure from our historic norm, but a pink Midnight Flyer is freaking rad to me.
Yeah, agreed. They all glow slightly different colors as well. Probably wouldn't be able to accurately show that, but you'll have the like the traditional white Midnight Flyer look with that green glow, but you've got some that glow like kind of blue, pink, orange. It's not the colors you'd expect. Not always anyway. It's pretty fun to have them available in lots of colors. The original Midnight Flyers were released in a couple different colors. They weren't always just that white sort of look. Iceflex Vortex to be made.
What?
Tyler said your mic. Something about your mic.
Oh, I was texting you. I thought you had your phone.
Oh.
We're on your webcam mic again.
Oh.
Tell Alex thank you.
Yeah, okay, hang on.
Iceflex Vortex. Dude has great form for a non-pro. No, you're absolutely right. He's a multi-sport athlete, and it shows. Will do. Kelly, you're here but not here, catching up from being gone the past few days. Yeah, it's busy times. Busy times at DGA. Really, I feel like that's been a consistent theme for about the last 2 months. We're always working on something, but for the last 2 months, it's been just full tilt because we're getting in and sending out thousands of discs constantly. So, Midnight Flyer number 6. The 6th release of the Midnight Flyer series is the DGA Quake. And I can tell you it looks amazing, but it flies even better. It's fun I had one person say something about, like, yeah, right, like I'm going to be throwing these, hopefully you made more than 100, or somebody made some sort of comment. I'm like, no. We've run a ton of them. There's plenty to have for collecting and for throwing, and they're great throwers. Very, very beefy Quakes. We also just restocked another disc, which, Ben, I've got to get a couple of these in your hands because, your evolution into throwing less stable plastic, or at least, having and being able to throw less stable plastic. Oh, wait a second. Oh, okay, I have one. I think these made it into a different bag for a video, but check this out. I am so excited about this disc. I have been wanting these to get restocked for a hot minute. The Proline Undertow is now back on discgolf.com. I want to hear from you guys. I don't want to influence the voting, but I will say for me personally, the Undertow is in my top 3 of the DGA disc icons. I think it is so smooth and looks so great behind the disc title. All of it just together. This is one of my favorites of our stamps. But the Undertow is very, very fun to throw as well. What's up, Ed? So the Undertow. Oh, Ben's coming. Ben's fixing his mic. I thought he was just holding really still. All right, let me get over here while we're waiting on Ben jamming. The Undertow in case you guys aren't familiar, it's a 10-4, -1-1. So it's gonna have some flip, but it's got fade to it that I think is pretty surprising for a flippy driver. Here's the thing. Okay, Doc says top 5, don't know about top 3. I went out and I made a tutorial because I was having this conversation with another DGA fan, and we were sending messages back and forth, and so I'm trying to describe, with words what I'm picturing in my mind. And the best way I could describe it is that the undertow and the pipeline really have similar flights for a while. Hey, Ben, welcome back.
Oh, hi.
Whoa, sounds like you're in my ears.
That's a really nice Kobe undertow or Lakers undertow you have there.
Yeah, there you go.
I've recently started looking for undertows to throw. I found a couple that I'm really liking. Yep.
So the question is, why would I bag both of these? Right? I've got a pipeline. I don't need an undertow. Okay, because there's a good amount of overlap. And for me, it's shape. It's not a distance thing. It's not really even a stability thing because you can get, flip to straight lines or straight to Anheuser lines with both of these. The undertow for me, it's all about the last 20% of its flight. Well, there's two things, but let's talk first about the last 20% of its flight. If you throw the undertow and the pipeline, arm speed dependent, of course, for me on just a little baby hyzer, they're both going to come up, drift over a little bit, but then the pipeline is just going to stay there with maybe a real soft fade where the undertow will finish. And because of its wider rim, the undertow has a little bit better chance of getting some skip, right? The undertow is a faster disc with regards to the rim configuration than the pipeline. So you're going to get a little bit more ground play. So the undertow is like a pipeline for a while that I know I could get to move a little further left than a pipeline at the end of its flight. Okay. Case number 2, and then I want you to chime in on all this. Case number 2 is the undertow for me has the ability, I can put it on bigger S curves and it will decelerate and finish about the same distance as the pipeline on a straight shot. So it's like, if I have a hole that curves way left to right, or I need to go around a tree and then back to this thing, I'm not going to put a pipeline on that big Anheuser if I want it to finish, because a pipeline on a big Anheuser just kind of keeps going on that Anheuser. The pipeline is much more of any line you put it on, it stays on disc than the undertow. And that makes them worth having both, because the undertow you can get some pretty cool shapes out of, or thrown straight will go straight for a while, but then will finish compared to the pipeline. Your thoughts?
I think for the most part, I agree. The undertow is, to me, it's almost like a second run pipeline and a regular pipeline had a baby. You get the undertow. You get a little bit of turn and then that consistent fade of a second run pipeline.
Yep. Well, I filmed a video the other day because, again, I was trying to illustrate this. I was trying to picture this idea, and I pictured a specific hole here in Kansas City, which is a tunnel shot for about 275 feet, and then you have to get left. And it's a really low ceiling, so you can't just have a sweeping hyzer. You have to throw something low that's going to still finish left. So you could try and throw a faster driver like a Hurricane low. It's going to be hard to keep it straight for that long, and the finish is going to be really big. You could throw like an Aftershock, which would hold straight for 275 or 300, but it wouldn't really finish that big. Okay, so it's perfect for the undertow. Let's check that out, and hopefully you can see it on this screen. I just drug it in here. Hang on. Okay, let's talk about the undertow. This is hole 2 here at Shawnee Mission Park in Kansas City. This is a perfect scenario for this disc. Okay, it's a tight
tunnel. It's just a straight shot. You want to go dead straight for about 275 feet, and then it fades left at the basket, and the basket's a little kind of uphill tucked in there. So I could do a couple things. I could throw an aftershock at it, dead straight. It's going to finish with just a little left, but not get all the way to the pin. I could try and, hyzer flip a pipeline that would glide in there, but then I've got the ceiling to worry about. Or, perfect disc for this hole, I can throw net neutral, like laser beam with the undertow for like 80% of its flight, but I know it's going to finish at the end. And because of the wider rim, it gives me a better chance of actually getting closer on up in there to the basket. Okay, well, there you have it. The undertow is just so perfect for holes where you need to have something go straight for a while and then finish a little bit to the left. Get a Proline undertow at your local retailer or discgolf.com right now.
I am unmuted. I just didn't want you didn't want
Oh,
you to
okay,
know what I
right,
was
right, right.
saying.
We have to pay to hear what you were telling us.
Yeah, everybody like the stream. Once we get the likes up over
Once you go buy a PL undertow, then you get to hear what you were saying about them.
I love you guys conspiring to just let me be on mute for the rest of the show, and Ben just is strategic, like, yeah, wow, that's funny, Tyler. Very insightful. All right, so what I was saying was that shot that I filmed actually carried more in the air than I expected it to. It really moved left and still finished so hard right under the basket. But I threw a handful of others, and they were all in circle one. You throw it straight with like 80% power. It's just flying straight, just under 300 feet. It just finishes with a little soft skip. So fun. Undertows, SP Quakes are restocked as well. We have had SP Quakes with the new stock artwork, but we sold out of them because it's an incredibly popular disc. As you all know, the Quake is money and very useful in a lot of different situations. But we've got SP Quakes back on the site. Okay.
Are there any pink ones, Kelly, if you're still around? Any pink SP Quakes?
I actually
All
think
I have
the
so far
one
is blue and red, and I would love some pink ones.
it's up in my car, but I actually think the one that he sent me is pink.
Ooh.
Don't quote me on that. Okay. It's like Mystery Science Theater. Oh man. Okay, so maybe some of you are aware of the United States Disc Golf Championship. No? Well, then maybe you're aware of the Throw Pink Women's Disc Golf Championship.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's the one I wanted to talk about anyway, so I'm glad that's the one you know of.
I never heard of the other one.
Let's just check in with our friend Catrina. We have another friend doing very, very well as well, but let's go to udisclive.com and wow. Okay.
Yeah, today's I don't know if you guys saw yesterday's scorecard. Pretty freaking solid. 8 birdies, one kind of bogey in the middle and a stinker on 18. But today, round 2, Catrina.
Round 2, Catrina. I actually thought that I had a... Let me see. I know I can do this a little more official. I've got a... screen share left. What the heck?
Hey, Tyler, what do you think Catrina's birdie rate through 2 rounds at the TPWGGC is?
Probably 7.
Yeah, 7%?
Mm,
Or were you saying 57%?
seven birdie units.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's switch over to this thing. Oh, it's perfect. Look at the ad that's playing.
Hey,
Hey, get a
you'll love it.
Traverse LT backpack at discgolf.com. We just timed the whole show. I've been watching that on the side. Just great. DGN's ad.
We're friends with DGN.
I mean, I guess. Hey, look who's out in front. Catrina Allen. Wow. Absolutely. Let's go back to round 1. Catrina had a super solid round 1 and was tied for second place after her 6 under round 1. Very bogeyable hole 11. And then also 18. Looks like she got a 6 on that par 5. But 8 birdies other than that. And then round 2, I actually was out doing stuff and I was around and I got on my phone. I opened Twitter and the first thing I see is everybody tweeting about Catrina. I'm like, wait, what happened? To go and look at, oh my gosh, she shot 10 under today at Winthrop. That is wild. Absolutely wild. That is such a tough course. She got 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17. Now, she didn't get 7. You know, the hole that her and I did that challenge on back in the day. She was probably still thinking about how I beat her on that. You know, may have shanked the shot because of that. Happens to the best of us.
Doc. That's some Doc math if I've ever seen it.
10 birdies out of 18. 93%. All
If you
right.
click over to the If you click over to the player stats, those are kind of interesting too. Which is up top a little more above the.
Oh yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's see some. Oh no.
Well,
Well,
now
yeah.
you've
This.
done
I
it.
mean, this will work. This will work, right?
Yeah.
Because this is for this event. Second in fairways hit, the fairway goddess, as they call her. She's first on getting circle 2 in regulation. First in circle 1 X putts. That's a big stat right there. And that goes to show you why she got all those birdies and probably why she didn't get a couple bogeys and why she got the part. You know, just like that's the stat you're looking at right there. First in birdie percentage. Oh, that's what you were going to ask me. 50%. 50% birdies. Wait a second. Wait, I'm with Doc. How is 10 birdies on 18 holes only 50% birdies? What
No,
gives you, Disc?
That's for the tournament. Today's round is
Oh,
56%.
Okay. Thank you. Because I'm like, I mean, I didn't finish college, but I know what 50% of 18 holes is. It's 7, obviously.
Yeah, today's putting, Catrina was 100% C1X. She was 40% C2 and 100% on her scramble rate. Absolutely fantastic. She gained almost 5 strokes on the field putting, which
Dang.
I think might be that's the highest. She's number 1 in putting, and she's close on tee to green.
Incredible. Well, Catrina, we wish you all the best heading into this weekend. Fantastic play. Yeah, really, really exciting to see Kat up on top. 3 strokes clear of Owen Scoggins, 5 ahead of Sarah Hokum, and 6 ahead of Henna Blomroos, which will be your lead card heading into round 3. If we switch over to the men's side, you'll see Andrew Marwee doing quite well as well. T12th, which is even down 2 spots from yesterday, but
Ooh,
still
he had a good
really.
he had a good finish too. He was had
Hmm.
yet to play 15, 17, and or 16, 17, 18 when we started the show, and he finished with 2 birdies. That's a good way. He moved up, so those 2 birdies moved him up 6 spots. He was an 18th.
Oh, nice. That's exciting. Yeah, Andrew, we're not going to see anything like surprising if we look through his putting stats. Well, honestly, if anything, it's surprising low. Like 85% is like almost 10% less than his average putting on this round anyway, which may account for a couple of the bogeys. He was 90% yesterday, which is much closer to his average. Now, yesterday, though, he was double his C2 putting percentage. Let's see. Let's check today for that. And he only had 3 circle 2 putts, but he was, again, about double his average putting stats today. So those kind of are a little bit of a wash when you think about being a few percentage points down in circle 1 over a lot of putts and then double in circle 2 over a few putts. I'm no mathematician, but yeah, that's definitely means he's putting according to his own numbers.
I mean, he's #1 on Disc Golf Pro Tour, so
Best putter in the world right there.
this is like his 3rd time winning that title, I think.
He's been first, second, first, I think, the last 3 years in C1X. Wild. Yeah. Well, Andrew, definitely exciting to see him battling out there. He is 7 strokes off the lead, but playing really, really solidly. It's a cool way for him to finish the season, especially, coming off what a giant accolade that is for him. #1 in Circle 1X on the Pro Tour, using Stone Steady BLs. Playing well at USDGC. Got the spot at the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championships. Definitely.
Did he secure that spot at Wide Open? He might have. No, probably not.
No,
Maybe
it was
at
whatever.
Worlds.
It was whatever the last event. Before now, was it GMC? No,
GMC was where he got it.
Yeah, I want to say it was the event that he also finished and got best in C1X, like the last official event of the tour. I'm pretty sure that's the one that also got him a guaranteed spot in the championships.
If you didn't know, Andrew Marreed won the Kansas City Wide Open, and someone filmed
Spoilers! Spoiler alert. Yeah, me and Michael Babbitt, Kansas City local, were doing commentary on Team DGA's Allie Smith last night during, we did the FPO coverage last night. So it was fun to be able to do some commentary on a teammate. And now we'll move over into the MPO coverage, and there we'll find Andrew Marweed. So I'm handling it really professionally and not like, just hyping them up over the other people. I'm super unbiased about it.
Did you cover up everyone else's logo with ours?
Yeah. The Kansas City Wide Open, sponsored by DGA, presented by DGA Disc Golf. They're like, who? What is this commentary, guys?
Competing today, we have Tyler Brickley. And next on the tee, Tyler Brickley. And
Competing
next
today,
on the tee.
No, it would just be... all right, the feature card is we have Andrew Marweed. We have the person. This person's next to Andrew Marweed in a red shirt. This person is not Andrew Marweed. I'd say they're maybe about 5 inches shorter than Andrew Marweed. Oh, man. All right. 167.69 lowest for the undertows. They fly. Listen, just get him. Just get him, Ed. Nope. Get him. You're gonna love them.
Ed, just shave some flashing off, and just accidentally nick a little bit of plastic while you're at it, and then you'll get your 166s.
Sounds legal.
Yeah, totally legal. The show is full of legal advice, except for the part where it's not. But you know,
Do you have big plans for this weekend, Ben? You got any disc golf stuff coming up?
I'm doing a putting competition in Topeka this weekend.
Whoa! Like you're hosting it, or you're gonna go compete in it?
Actually, DF Disc Golf on Instagram is hosting it.
Okay.
But there's some of my friends in the Topeka area are putting on a little party, and one of the things they're doing is a disc golf putting competition. So I'm going to take my Stone Steady BLs and just win it.
I'm busy
But you do know how to putt today, after
for
today.
this for the party in
Yeah,
Topeka.
Oh, you're the comedy routine. You're doing
I
the stand up.
I can't make it, Ben. I can't.
Oh, okay.
I got
Why
stuff
not?
to do this weekend.
Hmm.
So I'm sorry. You're gonna have to find somebody else to go with.
I'll take Alex.
Okay. I am excited to practice what you preached today in our putting tutorial video. I'm actually doing it right now. You can't even see.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man,
I
throwback
can
to a
see.
classic. The barcode stamp. We need to just run this again. Like, we're always trying to make up new and fun things, but we should revisit ones that were fun too. We should just dig this plate out and run some more barcode stamped discs.
I'd like more granite discs.
Yeah.
Like granite BLs would be fantastic in winter.
We have some exciting, speaking of plastics, we do have some exciting things coming up.
Ooh, we have more Glowfly ones coming soon, is what you're telling me? Ooh, yeah. We got more of those coming, right? We're gonna
Man,
have like 100 million of them.
I'm aware of the behind the scenes and how much, it takes in several different categories to get these things produced. But I throw this a lot, and it is probably top 3 or 4 like fun discs in my bag. So I would be down if there was an easier way to do it. I would be down if we could get a ton of them made. But things are not always as they seem. Everybody's on Facebook like, why don't you just do this? Why have you not run 10,000 of these yet? It's what we're working on all the time. I was going to say, Ben just is going through an eclipse?
Yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll get the Trash Panda guys to show us how to make our own disc molding machine. And then we'll make the Tyler Brickley wins ice cream throw in Glowfly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
It'll be an instant classic.
I mean, I'm down. It sounds exciting.
Tyler and I have a standing bet that I buy him ice cream if he throws in with his Glowfly from like over 100 feet.
Over 100. And it happened once. Did you buy me ice cream?
It happened the first time. Yeah, you, me, and Drew came back to my house and we all ate ice cream.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. You actually, yeah. So we're.
How dare you?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Insinuate.
We're caught up on that. I look at Ben and I say, "Hey, if I make this, will you get me some ice cream?" And he says, "Yeah." And I said, Would you leave the course right now and go get me some ice cream?" And he said, "No." I said, "Okay, fair enough." And then I threw it in. And then apparently we went back to your house and had ice cream. And that's what happened. All right. Well, I'll probably shut it down. a little early. I've been filming a lot. We have a lot of things happening, a lot of things to edit this next week. Putting tutorial from Ben. We actually filmed a forehand approach tutorial with the help of our own world champion, Allie Smith, this morning.
I got a few forehand throws in there too.
You know, Allie's, again, like, we need to do more of these tutorials because just a few minutes of you talking through the form and kind of what you're thinking. And I'm like, oh, well, that really changes thing. And I really want to work on this because I think it could really help my putts. And then Allie, we went from 75, 125, and 150. We had stations set up, and she was just talking through her thought process and disc selection and wind and angles and stuff like that. And I just picked up several things that were really helpful. And then her kind of analyzing my form and helping me figure some stuff out produced pretty night and day differences in my upshot confidence. So sometimes I think these so-called professionals might actually be professionals. Wait. What are you guys talking about? Oh, nice. We are working on that, Ed. Yes. D. Lillo says, I found that with upshots, stick to one disc. Don't get cute with several discs. I think and probably Allie would agree with you too. She's just at a certain distance, so call it like 100 feet, depending on the wind. She's moving from her main flicks everything with the steady, and then she'll move up to something like a breaker. So for the most part, yes, but 100, 200, 300, those are pretty wildly different forehand shots, and you could probably switch discs, within reason. Stick to one disc, I guess, is how I would agree with that.
Yeah, like and Allie would probably say this, if she had a D-line breaker that was super beat up, like some of the ones Christo carries, then she might use that instead of a stone steady, if she preferred the hand feel.
From what we saw from her this morning, it just really doesn't matter because she can.
No, Allie's insanely, like, almost any disc. You give her like the most understable disc in her bag, and she can forehand approach with it, like inside of 100, without hardly thinking about it. That's how good she is at forehand shots.
Yep. Yeah, that was pretty fun. I'll be working on those videos hopefully at some point next week. Yeah, we're working on a hoodie. We've been trying to decide between a zip up and a non-zip up hoodie. What do you guys think? I could go for a zip up. Here's the thing. I'm biased because I already have at least two very comfortable, warm DGA hoodies. Mm-hmm. And hoodies are an investment. Like, they'll last for years. And so I've got a couple without the zip already. So I would vote for a zip just to have an option. Like the ones I got.
A zip with front pockets?
As opposed to like back pockets, like shoulder blade pockets.
Yeah,
I hate those. They're so inaccessible. I think probably front pockets. Yeah, the pockets are just a little smaller, because they're divided now. Zippers make layering easier.
Yeah, they do.
Sep is at Home Depot. Okay. Hey, Sep, would you get me some water-resistant silicone that I can use to repair a leak, patch a leak in my shower?
And some more drywall mud.
Yeah, it's going to be a long weekend.
I might actually be free, so we'll see.
Ooh. Well, I told Molly we're just having a conversation. Hey, thanks. Have a good weekend, everybody. I told Molly, I was like, I'm not feeling the motivation. You know what I mean? Like when you and I did that one weekend, I was like, I was already leaning into it and just like sprinting. And then we just worked our butts off for 2 whole days. Right now I'm leaning back. I'm going to have to kind of work up to getting some energy to work on the basement. But guys, when we finally do, I can have my office back. Here, let me give you guys a glimpse behind the curtain. This is dangerous, I know. Here, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna get Ben out of here for a second so you guys can see.
Bye.
Break the fourth wall. Break the fourth wall, literally. Look at this. This, I had to cut all the way up there to fix a water leak in the ceiling. And then this is what we put back last weekend. So there's things to do. Now I've got a mud and sand, and then we got to paint, and then we want to build a room. Woo! That's going to be my weekend. Not much disc golf for me, I'm afraid.
We'll just continue testing out the new hole 1 at the Brickyard.
Hey, Ace Run Productions. What's up? Is this Felix? What's up? Welcome. Unless she motivated, she gives away one of Tyler's discs. That wouldn't work. Zip ups for NorCal weather. Wait, Kelly, you're on the zip up. Like you're voting
Yes.
zip up, right, Kelly?
He's pro zip.
You're pro zip. Are you pro Zach? I'm pro zip. I'm pro zip as well. And Kelly and I are kind of the most important 2 employees at DGA. So let's just lock it in. New DGA zip up hoodie coming this fall. It's really exciting. We are about to announce a commentary contest. You should definitely grace us with an entry. I will 100% do that. I did just do 6 hours of commentary last night that ended at 2:30 this morning, and so I kind of hate commentary right now, but I know by the time I did that, I would be excited about it. Caesar heard that. Kelly, you got to wear your you got to anticipate when I'm going to badmouth the rest of the team. Turn your speakers down.
Caesar should be used to it by now. He should just know that this is fact.
Well, he knows that Kelly and I just run our mouths. You know, Kelly and I do a lot of posturing around the office, you know. So. Oh, it's only 3 minutes. Oh, yeah, I'm in, Felix, for sure.
You do good posture or acceptable posture or bad posture?
Let's see for yourself. Yeah. Pretty impressive. My shoulders are more of a upside down V shape than a straight line. All right. Thanks for watching. We're going to end a few minutes early. I hope you all have a great weekend. I know I won't. Ben might. A little bit of disc golf for him. But guys, go get an undertow, please. If you're curious about it, just go get one. It is one of the unsung heroes of DGA's lineup. It's a classic. It's one of our oldest molds, and it is so versatile. And it is not a pipeline. Do not let anyone tell you that this is a pipeline. It's not directly between a Rogue and a pipeline. There is some overlap, but it's like the Rift and Squall sort of conversation, you know? Maybe even less overlap than those two. But you can bag both, and there are instances to need both discs. And then, of course, don't forget the biggest news since we signed the Ben Sorensen, the Midnight Flyer number 6 is the DGA Quake, and those will be dropping on October 20th. Another 10 days or so.
You're going to like the way you throw when you let the undertow go.
We got nothing. That's how we have to end. That's all we can do. All right. Have a good weekend, everybody. Throw some DGA discs at DGA baskets. Peace out.